Let's be honest. How many times in a day do we end up saying sorry for something that probably we have not done sometimes, or for that matter, we interrupted someone or something, or probably we disrupted a scenario? We end up saying sorry, sorry very often. And definitely not the way to go in any space, be it your personal space or professional space. Being sorry entails three elements. One, acknowledgement. Second one, acceptance. And the third one is making an effort in your statement that you're not going to repeat the mistake. So let me explain to you scenario wise how we can say sorry without actually saying the word sorry. It sounds interesting, right? Let's dive straight into it. So today we are here to explore smarter ways to apologize without actually saying the word sorry. Let's explore the first setup, which is the most common setup that we engage in, the social scenario. Okay? In our social setups, be it our friends, our relatives, our extended family members, or immediate family members, avoid saying sorry and let's explore how we can say it more effectively without using the word sorry. The first scenario in the social setup is running late. Often we end up running late for some personal commitments, be it a family dinner and we were supposed to make it by a certain time, or all of you relatives agreed to meet up at a particular point from where you were all supposed to travel together. You ended up running late, or for that matter, it was simply a coffee meet for cousins and you're the one who's running late. What's the first expression that pops up in our mind and at the tip of our tongue? It's I'm sorry, I'm late. Okay? So, this is what we need to switch. Let's see how. Thanks for waiting for me, guys. I'm so glad that you all showed so much patience. I really appreciate your patience. So, here are the three elements of your apology. First, you did not say the word sorry. You thanked them for their patience. Okay? You also acknowledged that you were late. So there was acknowledgement and acceptance. And the third element was indicating how, you're rectifying your mistake. So there you go. Thank you for showing your patience. And thank you guys for waiting up for me. That's how you can say it in a plain, simple manner. The second scenario is something I'm guilty of more often than not. When someone is speaking and there are some thoughts going on in my head, I immediately, start shooting them off without realizing that the other person is still expressing their thought. So, if you're in a gathering and you hear somebody speaking and you realize that you have overlapped or you have accidentally, cut them off mid conversation, instead of saying, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, which is the common phrase we use, we could switch this with, oh, I didn't mean to cut you off. Please continue. So there you go. It sounds so polite and so effective. And yet we did not undermine our position by using the word sorry. Again, I'll repeat. I didn't mean to cut you off. Please continue. More than the social scenario, at the workplace, a sorry can be deemed as, reflecting you as an individual who's slightly insecure, someone who's not very confident, often undermines his or her own authority and hence over apologizes. So I would highly advocate to avoid using the workplace sorry or the word sorry at your workplace. Let's play out different scenarios to see how it could be replaced in your workplace scenario. You made a mistake. You actually ended up putting some data point incorrectly on a slide, or for that matter, you captured some data incorrectly, or you made a very fundamental mistake in representing some data. Someone else pointed it out. Well, it could be devastating, I understand, because it's happening or playing out in front of a lot of people. It is a good catch for them because it makes them feel like they have caught you in a vulnerable position. But so is it for you. It's a good catch for you as well. Let me tell you how. Instead of saying, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, I'll correct it, you could say, good catch, thanks for pointing that out, I'll fix it right away. Or, slightly more professional, that's a good catch, thanks for pointing that out. I don't know how I missed it. I'll amend it immediately. So you acknowledged, you justified, and you indicated that you will fix the problem without saying the word sorry. Often, there are several factors at play at the workplace. So, in a workplace scenario, the second scenario which I would like to articulate is when there are different opinions, okay, on the table. You and someone else has a disagreement, okay. So, instead of saying, I'm sorry, I don't see it like that, okay, you could, that kind of sounds rude, or, you're saying it in the face, slightly blatant, avoidable. So you could say something like, I see your point of view, or I consider your point of view, but I see things slightly differently. Hear me out. So, here what you have done is you've acknowledged their viewpoint, and you're also giving them an alternate perspective to work with. This is more collaborative, not apologetic. The next scenario in the workplace realm is when there is a delay. Delays are often part of the job. We can't, try as we may not be able to deliver everything with clockwork precision. There are occasions when we end up delaying things, and unwittingly so. So, if in a scenario where you're responsible for the delay, you end up saying, I'm sorry for the delay. Highly avoidable. You could associate the reason, saying that, this was completely unintentional, and so on and so forth, and then apologize with the right choice of words. Let's see how. So instead of I'm sorry for the delay, you could say this was completely unintentional. I was waiting for some critical inputs, and that explains the delay. I hope this helps now. I've tried to roll it out to you as fast as I could. So this, makes the person assured that you had prioritized their requirement. You were waiting for something critical, which means that you wanted to give the accurate input. And it also acknowledges that you were really trying to speed things up, okay, and provide them at the best of your abilities as quickly as you could. Often, emotionally also, we end up saying the word sorry when we are in various human interactions. So the third space where I believe we use or overuse sorry is in our various human interactions. Let's talk about the first case in point here, which is empathy. When we are trying to show someone that we feel what they are feeling. Okay, so let's take the first case. If someone is, possibly pouring their heart out to you or telling you their sob story, and you want to show empathy, okay, you end up saying, I'm so sorry that you're going through this. My heart really goes out to you. So, I'm sorry here could be avoided by using the following words. It must be so difficult for you. You're going through this, it must be so difficult. I'm right here for you. You could lean on me, or you could lean on my shoulder. I'm right here for you. So, there you show empathy without the use of the word sorry. In the emotional space, sometimes we end up being hurtful through some unintentional action or unintentional statements. And to acknowledge the hurt we have caused, when we do end up realizing that we have caused the hurt, we say certain terms, okay, to kind of pacify the person or the situation. Like you end up saying that, oh, I'm so sorry, I never meant to hurt you that way. Instead, you could say that, oh my, I never realized, that it could hurt this much. That was never my intent. I hope you know that. So, you acknowledged his feelings, empathized, but without saying the overused word sorry. So remember, next time you want to say sorry, don't actually say sorry. It's important to feel that emotion. It's important to acknowledge that you made a mistake, that you got it wrong. But the choice of words that you use to express that you are actually wrong should really matter. So basically, you should sound thoughtful, you should sound confident, and you should sound apologetic, but not by using the word sorry. Your overuse of the word sorry actually undermines your authority. So remember that next time. I gave you a lot of alternate phrases to work with and a lot of alternate thoughts to work with. So try some in the comment section, and that will be really helpful for you to get rid of this overused word sorry.